Welcome to our Cannabis. Hello, this is Chairman Hoffman, and this is our weekly donor impact report. It's important to show our generous donors what their dollars are doing. And this week, because of the good people who support us, this is what we were able to do. Okay, so we completed Cohort 2. So congratulations, well done to Cohort 2. And we look forward to all the shared successes that Cohort 2 is going to have, our new alumni. One of our recent graduates, Hannah, has an interview on Monday. So Cohort 2 ended on Wednesday, and she's got an interview tomorrow. We sent reference letters and vouched for her, and then I am going to have a warm-up interview with her before she goes to her interview. So that way she's feeling good, feeling confident, and ready to go. So we're really excited about that. The next thing is we started the Detroit cohort, and we had two members of Cohort 2 drop in, Hannah and Will from Cohort 2. They showed up, they gave words of advice, encouragement, answered some questions for the Detroit cohort, which began on Friday. So here's some things that Hannah and Will had to say about the impact that the class has had on their confidence, on their ability to find a job. And so take a look and listen. How has the class measured up against what you thought it would be to what you actually got out of it?
So at first I was much more scared at first because you were like, all right, yo, so my mom talks 1,000 miles a second. It's going to be really fast. Like you might have to ask her to slow
Isn't that
down.
bad?
It's going to be a lot of material in a short amount of time. I was like, oh my God, I'm already taking a master's program. Do I really want to take two? Like, but as soon as day one happened, I already caught the vibe from you and Beth and Hannah. Like it was easy going. Y'all definitely care about the plant and helping people. And it was just like, there was no bullshit. Like, this is what we're here for. We're here to help y'all. We're doing it at our pace and your pace. And
I
so
agree.
all around, it was an amazing class. And the fact that we got to do this for free, like, that's unheard of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same question to you, Hannah.
I honestly expected to be one of very many in a sea of people just trying to get in the industry and get resumes updated. I honestly was thinking if I could get just even a nicer looking resume or make it look like I have cannabis experience, because I've always done with cannabis jobs, I've always left my resume with all my other work on it and done like a cover letter about cannabis stuff. So, I mean, I just was hoping to kind of get an updated resume, but it's been a lot more than that. You know, I think the one-on-one attention has been great and definitely was not foreseen. And yeah, I definitely feel like I got way more out of it than I was expecting. And it's kind of funny because I keep telling my friends who actually are working in cannabis, like, you guys should take this class. They're kind of laughing at me. They're all like glad that I like it so much. And then of course they always are interrogating me. Why is this free? What's going on? Like, how do you like it so much and you didn't pay for this? So, but yeah, so I'm definitely really happy with it.
Well, I mean, that's great to hear. I mean, that warms our hearts. And you know, for our board, that's important to hear. But to answer your question, Hannah, is how is this free? What I'd like to do with your guys' permission is I'd like to use this in our social media, but also I'd like to show it to our donors. And so the way that these programs are free is through philanthropy. So when I'm not here with you guys or doing 6 or 7 other things, like my mom is doing 6 or 7 other things, I spend a majority of my time fundraising, raising major gifts for the nonprofit and building our capacity to have more instructors. That way we can continue the small class size and we can develop some of those things that I was talking about earlier, like the career placement team, and develop the organization as a national service provider. So the way that we do that is through philanthropic gifts and through charity and through donations of individuals and from corporate partners. And that's how these classes are free. So that's
Well,
what
and
you can
it's
tell your friends.
and it's really awesome because especially being in cannabis, seeing people in charge of cannabis who have done nothing but cannabis, and then seeing people in charge who have never done cannabis, and you see that there's definitely qualities you need from people with no cannabis experience, but you definitely need cannabis experience. And I think there, this company and this what you're doing is a good way to build that bridge
Yeah.
and really bring the best talent to the industry and do what's best for the industry. So.
Fantastic. Did you feel supported? And what can we do to better support you guys through the class?
I definitely felt supported.
Me too.
Honestly, yo, how accessible you guys were, I don't think y'all can be more accessible. Like you were like, you and Beth were like, if you need to call us, give us a call whenever. You gave us our emails. Like, I don't think there was a way to get more of a hold of you than we already did, because I think the amount y'all gave us was perfect.
And everything was structured well, like getting our homework and stuff for the next class right after the first class, and the way it was set up left little room for question or interpretation as to what we're supposed to do too. So
What would you tell other job seekers about our cannabis and our job readiness programs?
to do it.
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, refer any potential people that you want to work for y'all to go through our cannabis training course first, because this, like, night and day, honestly. The things I learned about resumes, I had no clue about at all of my 28 years of living. So
And what were your biggest takeaways?
that's tough, because I want to
And
just say everything. How to be professional and still how to be you, if that makes sense. Because I feel like before this class, all my resumes were just robotic. I'm just telling them what they want to hear about so I could get this job. This isn't really me, but this is going to get me the job, if that makes sense. With this resume that y'all helped me produce, I feel like it's me and it's professional. So it's like it's essentially brought out the best parts of me that's also relevant for this job. And I feel like that's a gift that I could use for the rest of my life. So I can't thank y'all enough for that.
oh, thank you. Thank you. What are your takeaways, Hannah?
I think for me, and the biggest things are, I always feel like I have all this other experience, but I've only been in cannabis for a couple of years. And, I know there's people who've been doing it way longer, and there's people who've been running stores for a long time. And so I didn't have the best, a lot of confidence in being able to find something new. And so building that resume that only mentions one job I've had that's not cannabis, that really boosted my confidence. And then the reassurance too, like you guys already knowing people in the industry and having network, it's almost like a safe guidance counselor place, like, to be able to ask about companies and how they are and stuff, especially I told you guys our first day of class, my biggest fear was ending up working for the wrong company. I, love managing and I love cannabis, and I don't want to end up somewhere where I don't like it. And I feel like now I really have the tools to make sure I don't too, and the confidence.
And we want to thank Will and Hannah because, like I said, they were the standouts in the class. And I have no doubt that Hannah's going to knock the crap out of this interview. And if it doesn't go well, then there are other employers that I can introduce her to. And I have no doubt that by the end of this week, we're going to have some leads for you over on the Eastern Seaboard. Since the class began, I went, oh crap, Will's across the country, and I need to make some connections. So for the last 4 weeks, I've been building relationships and making friends over on the Eastern Seaboard, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, to try to find Will a position. And some of those early efforts are starting to bear fruit. And I know that Will is going to be a fantastic addition to any team. And also, I know that in a few years he will be he'll be a better prepared, more knowledgeable, more experienced entrepreneur. And I think the way that Will is going about his cannabis entrepreneurship is the smartest way to do it. So Thank you, Hannah, and thank you, Will, for the kind words. And we are so excited to see you guys move forward with your journeys and grow your cannabis career. Well done. We are updating our website and we are updating our case for support, which is a living document, and we use it for fundraising. And so we are continuing to do that. Then we connected 3 of our alumni with 3 different employers for introductions. So we reached out on their behalf and said, hey, we've got some great people that came through our cannabis and they are interested in working at your company. Are you willing to talk to them? And so we were able to do that with 3 of our alumni at 3 different companies. Okay, so then based on the feedback that we've gotten from the last couple of cohorts, we've added 7 more hours of in-class time, and that's starting with the Detroit cohort. And it's just basically more interactive, more training. And so the class has actually gotten bigger and more comprehensive, and that's because of the support that we get from our donors. We're able to meet people where they are and give them what they need. So another thing is we are beginning to develop leadership classes, networking classes, and professional communication classes. That was something that came up, and we like to service people where they are and give them what they need. And our donors' philanthropy and gifts make that possible for us to go, hey, we've heard from the people that are participants that they would like to develop these new abilities and skills, and we have the support that we need as an organization to begin to do that. So I'm very thankful for our donors. You're making all this possible. You frickin' rock. Okay, so we had an introduction with another state's cannabis program director. It was a productive meeting. We provided guidance about job readiness programs, and we'll have more news about that as time goes forward, but I can't say anything really about that right now, other than we are continuing to look to other states that have medical and recreational programs or that are coming online with one of the 2, hopefully both. And we like to partner with state organizations like we did with the state of Michigan and provide our insights and our in the field experience about helping people get to work in the cannabis field. So that was an impromptu meeting that kind of came out of the blue, but it was really good. The last thing is we have had a pre-interview with NPR, and the real interview will be later next week. When that will air, I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. So we've got some attention from NPR interested in the programs that our cannabis is putting on. And again, it's all because of the philanthropy of our donors. We could not do it without you, so it's good to be able to get attention about the programs and highlight the fantastic people that are supporting our cannabis. Next thing is we have had a massive leading gift. It's a total game changer for us as an organization, and I'll have more to say about this amazing philanthropy in the upcoming weeks. It's people putting money where their mouth is, and as a chair, I love seeing that because it empowers us to continue doing the good works that we're doing. This has been our Cannabis Weekly Donor Impact Report. I'm our Cannabis Chairman, Matt Hoffman. To those who support us, thank you. You rock. We couldn't do it without you. And for those who are looking to get jobs in the cannabis industry, go to ourcannabis.org and sign up for a class. We are going to be publishing April and May's schedule in the upcoming week and a half. And so look for more cohorts to open up and join us. Take a class. They're always free. And that's because of the philanthropy of generous donors that support our cannabis. It's always no cost. And join us because we want to see you working in the cannabis field.